start this off.
I'm out on the ocean.
It's the summertime, right?
Looking for a partner.
It's summertime, right?
Think it's time for me
Okay. Yeah, boys.
And everybody, it's summertime. It's time to get outside.
Looking for a partner.
Hey, if you don't know, we're going to put you in.
I'm out on the ocean.
Let it rock you, big.
I'm out,
You know what I'm saying? So light.
I'm out on the ocean.
Hey, man, we outside. Hey, summertime. It's warm outside. It's time to be outside. Hey, man.
Oh,
It's got to
come
be out.
on.
I'm out on the ocean.
That's that foot tapping music right there.
That's the, So what's up, everybody? Welcome to another live podcast of Let's Talk About It, presented by IDK Sports Podcast. My name is Anthony. This is my main man, Kenny.
What's happening?
You catch us here every Thursday, 9:30, right here live on YouTube. All right? Like, share, subscribe, comment. Hey, man. So, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to broach this topic, but it ain't going to be long.
It's not going to be pretty.
I'm going to broach this topic.
You're not going to like it.
It's not going to be long. I'm going to let you take the lead at the beginning. We're going to talk a little bit about it because I think it's stupid, but we're going to broach it. So, 100 men versus a gorilla.
Now we talking. Now we talking.
All right, you take it over, yo.
Hey, no problem. No problem. Real quick, let's end the discussion here. It's real simple. We have no chance in hell. We have no chance in hell. I've seen the debate online way too long. If I had a few people from from the projects, as a few people from prison, at my homeboy Boom Boom Ray on them, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. None of y'all ever existed in the safari. None of y'all ever existed in the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Y'all never had to chase down a meal for your to survive. Nobody has had to do it. So let's stop it. So already you at a physical disadvantage where a gorilla who has to eat what he kills as his basic survival. Off gate. So in whatever form of combat you thinking of debating here, it ain't gonna work. Talking about an animal that can swipe the head off your shoulders just by playing. He thinks he's playing, but can remove head from shoulders in an instant. What are we discussing here?
I agree, but I'm
we talking stupid today. All right.
Like what 100 men are coming?
Give me your team. Give me your team.
All right, this is how we go. So we got no weapons, hand-to-hand combat. I'm taking 25 Samoans, right? Talking about the Rock looking Samoans too, and Roman Reigns. Right?
Sure.
I'm taking 10 YNs because they don't know fear like that. So they're gonna be sacrificed.
First to go.
Right? So I'm at 35, right?
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna take 20 military, Navy SEAL, Delta Force, like the hand-to-hand guys from the military, like the real guys, hand-to-hand, right? Sure. And then give me 50 crackheads, and we might have a chance.
All right.
I mean, fresh off the pipe too. I mean, fresh off the crack pipe.
All right. So when you see that, all right, okay, now I see your point, but also can I just throw something out there? What do you think the rest of how many people you just named? 10, 20. So when that other crowd of 60 men see a gorilla take an arm out the socket, slap the crackhead with it.
That's why you send the YN first, because
those are just playthings. That's like
in the YNs, and then the Samoans one of them might actually body slam him. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with an ankle suplex or something like that.
Yeah.
So they send Navy SEAL dudes in there while the Samoans in there suplexing them, right? And then you like Navy SEAL, some of them might die, some might catch you, sense of duty, do their thing. Then you send the crackheads in to finish it off.
For sure. Real quick, how long do you think the gorilla gonna stick around while the Samoans are war chanting? Like, you think he's just gonna be sitting there the whole time while they doing that war chant?
And then you send the crackheads in. The crackheads are the secret weapon. All right. But I'm talking fresh off the crack pipe crackheads.
Yeah.
Like, this hit the best, like that Blue Magic. You know what I'm saying? Off that good Frank.
Frank Lucas. Yeah,
that good Frank Lucas stuff. I'm talking about fresh off of that.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the things, crackheads get hit by cars and get up and walk off.
Jay, you want me to pull up like this is a sports podcast. You want me to pull up the stats for a gorilla?
Just saying, bro. I think we still lose, but I think, what I'm saying, the gorilla gonna know he was in a fight.
That's a good ass whooping. That's what people say after a good ass whooping. Nah, he knew I was there. We're gonna move some furniture. This is all I'm saying. People get their ass whooped.
The gorilla gonna know we was in a fight. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. But that's all I got on the 100 men versus gorilla because it was stupid, it just kept being brought up. So I said, let's talk about this one time.
Yeah. If I just had to add one parting note, the only competition that we have in that fight is if we bring a hippopotamus.
Where we gonna find a hippo at?
Don't. I see your face. Don't sleep on a hippo.
I'm not saying I'm not sleeping. Where we gonna find a hippo at?
Where you find a gorilla?
How you know the gorilla and the hippo won't band together like on some unity stuff?
Oh yeah. Then we talking about what is it? Armageddon. The world's over.
Yeah. Well, that's our 100 men versus gorilla. I just want to see it. It's kind of stupid online. They'll kill it. The gorilla will kill us in a minute, but it is what it is. So speaking of stupid things we don't understand, next topic is, what is the Steelers' offseason plan? I don't understand what the Steelers are doing this year with their offseason plan. I mean, first it looked good. You signed DK. Okay.
Yeah.
The draft. Okay. Was happy with the draft. Didn't get your quarterback, but you did fill other positions.
Yeah.
And then right before minicamp open, you trade Pickens.
Yeah.
I don't know what their strategy is. I'm assuming it's all for Aaron Rodgers, but now it's looking like they're ready to tank this year because they believe whatever's coming next year is better. That's what it looks like.
I will hope the latter is their way of choice, like their path moving forward. Honestly, that would actually make more sense to me, because it's like, hey, we're gonna throw in all of our chips this year. We ain't gonna sign no high contracts for any quarterbacks coming in. We're not gonna, especially no multi-year deals. We're not gonna hitch our wagon to nobody in particular. But hey, we at least got DK for a couple years. I think they read him up for a new contract when he came in. You got a rookie running back, so you still got him on a rookie deal. So you ain't got to pay no big money there. Over the course of these next couple years, ain't no major contracts outside of TJ Watt, so you save some money there. Unless you're talking about Joey Porter Jr. Joe Porter. God, I can't talk. Joey Porter Jr. Mm. That's the only other next one I can probably think of. So I would hope that they're tanking, because ain't no way you lining up Mason Rudolph saying we got a fighting chance. I
don't need to see if they get Aaron Rodgers. Where do they get better at? Like, do they get better or they stay stagnant?
Well, if you get Aaron Rodgers, if you get Aaron Rodgers, you're not going to go completely winless. Like, you're going to win more than 4 games.
But you won 9 games last year, or 10 games last year. So, like, where did they get better at?
No, I don't think the case is to get better. That's been seen already. You don't pick a quarterback when it's obvious. Everybody and their mama expecting you to pick a quarterback, even when Shador, as much as hate he got, even if we've seen that he can be of some use to a team that has no help at quarterback. You pass on him, 3, 4, 5 rounds in a row. You know what I'm saying? So clearly that's not your choice. Your choice ain't to get better. Now, if your role is but I'm saying if your role is like, hey, this draft, we just gonna get role players like you or somebody that can play their role and be instrumental in our path to success moving forward with Derek Harmon, Caleb Johnson, the draft and the rest of the draft class they bring in where they kind of plug in some of those leaks in the boat right now. That's fine. That's fine. But commit to the tank if that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is even at this point is beneficial, and you try to get one of those top quarterbacks coming out next year. It's not. Can't be. So again, it's better off just paying Russell for 1 or 2 years to be a bridge quarterback. You didn't do that. You had your chance at your boy Justin Fields. You got beat in a bidding war. There goes that. Don't draft anybody that you like, or shit. Maybe you like Will Howard that much.
Yeah.
Maybe you like Will Howard to where he can be beneficial.
Yeah. I do agree. Like my pop said, tanking for a quarterback is stupid because you don't know what the quarterback is going to be. It looks like they said because like you went and got they're trying to get Aaron Rodgers. That's done.
Worst kept secret. Yeah.
You think Rodgers is it or not? I personally think if you saw what happened with the Jets, Rodgers is not it. But you went and got Alan Lazard. You got DK Metcalf. I don't understand if you're getting Aaron Rodgers, then you're going all in to try to win a championship. Why get rid of Pickens then? Like they want to do it. The Steelers still want to do it the cheap way. They don't want to pay. They don't want to pay a ton of money to win no championship. That's been the beef with some Steelers fans that I've been hearing. Like, if you want to win a championship, you got to spend the money like y'all did and other teams are doing. Like, you can't just say, "Oh, we're gonna build through the draft all the time." Go get people that's going to help you. Rodgers wasn't it. You should have kept Justin Fields happy and got Justin Fields. But I don't understand going to get Rodgers and tanking. That team is not no better than it was last year with Russell.
Yeah.
The team as a whole is not better than it was with Russell. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand, me personally, what their plan is. If you're tanking for Arch Manning, more power to you. I mean, if teams are doing that, whatever. The only team that I can see understanding maybe like I saw the Rams got a lot of picks to maybe position themselves to get a quarterback next year, which I get, but they still got Matthew Stafford. So if you like a quarterback next year, if you think that's one of your guys that's coming out next year, I get that for the Rams. Steelers, you don't have a quarterback at all. That's why I didn't understand like when Shador fell, not taking Shador or not taking the quarterback higher. You still got Will Howard in the 6th, but I don't know what your plan is. I don't know why you're still hoping that Aaron Rodgers is going to be that guy for you, but I didn't see what he did anything at the Jets. I really think they're scrambling. Everybody trying to get him credit like, oh, they know what they're doing because of the Steelers. I think they're not getting Justin Fields has them scrambling. That was their plan. Their plan was like, oh, we're going to bring Russell here. We're going to let Russell play. We're going to try to run this with the vet, but we really like the young gun. They didn't count on Justin Fields getting pissed off and saying, I don't want to stay to the Jets. They didn't count on that. And I think they've been scrambling ever since. Because all these other quarterbacks was on the market, and you didn't even go get Jameis. You didn't get back Russell. You didn't get who else out here some quality? You didn't get Geno. You didn't get nobody that could have been a bridge.
Yeah, even Joe Milton, he was being offered at that time.
Yeah, you didn't get no bridge quarterback. You sat there. So now it's Aaron Rodgers. So now if Aaron Rodgers don't sign, you're literally going in the year with Mason Rudolph. And I don't care if him and Duck Hodges won 10 games like 6 years ago or 5 years ago. It's not going to happen in that AFC, the AFC they in now. AFC East they in now. Yeah. Or North, I'm sorry. AFC North they in.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the Steelers' plan is. You took away a weapon from whatever quarterback you just about to get.
Well, just real quick, even in like the George Pickens case, like this has been like part of the course for them for like years running now. Whether it's Martavis Bryant, Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, Antonio Brown, now George Pickens, all these cats has been like behavioral issues of some sort. They're not in agreement with what the franchise is, not in agreement with the direction the franchise is moving in. It's always been like they're a cancer to the locker room. Their personality is too much. They're immature. They're not, getting with the program. They're late to practices. They're getting, DUIs, whatever, just a long list of just bad character off the field. Now, had there been spotlights of like good moments on the field, of course, something that make you root for, their potential. Even in the case of George Pickens, I think he was like these past 3 years, he was had about 3,000 yards, one of the best downfield targets for the Steelers or for the league at that point. You know what I'm saying? So you had potential there, but every time he comes close to paying that dollar, it's like, oh yeah, we can't keep him. We can't keep him. But it's pacified by the fact that we can go find another one. It's always pacified with the idea like, hey, we either going to draft another one, or in the case of DK, we can trade for another one. And they do have a good running record of finding like late round talent. In the case of like Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson.
So then let's not perpetrate like you're all in when you're really not all in. I think the Steelers are, as long as the price is right, they're looking like a team that's okay getting to the playoffs.
Well, is the job
getting that? I really think they're okay with like our fan base be happy as long as we make the playoffs and we play gritty football. I don't think it's about winning the championship no more because the price got to be right for them. They're not going to pay like who they need to pay, their young players. You saw it, and this all started with Bell, with Le'Veon Bell. They let him walk. When it comes time to pay people, they pay Ben, they'll pay the quarterbacks, they'll pay some defensive players, but for the most part, they're letting everybody else just walk. So we the Steelers and we're going to find somebody, which is cool. But then why change now then? And why going for Rodgers now then? I don't know what Aaron Rodgers is proving to them that he can help them be the next. Even if they get Aaron Rodgers, they still got the third best quarterback in the AFC North.
Yeah.
Like, you're not better than Lamar. It doesn't make you any close to Lamar and Joe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The Browns are still coming with a defense. They're going to be tough outside. Are you still going to be able to put up the points with a Rodgers who can't move like he used to and didn't show nothing at the Jets where like he can bring along young, like Garrett Wilson took a step back. Yeah, Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? But I personally still think they do not have a plan per se, but I think Justin Fields not signing with them messed them up. I thought they had it in the bag. They thought Justin Fields was going to be the quarterback of the future, and he left. I'm hearing he turned down a multi-year deal with them to go for a 1-year deal with the Jets.
Well, again, that's where that style clash, even in the case of like George Pickens, where it's like there's not an alignment between like this youth movement and the Steeler way, so to speak. So maybe Justin Fields and his family, you know how his dad has been in his corner since the beginning. It's like, hey, my son ain't gonna go here, here, and here. If his team, including his dad, ain't in alignment with what the Steeler way is, all right, yeah, we out of here. I don't care what the dollar point is. Yeah. So, and once that decision got made, they've been scrambling ever since. So it's like, now how do we pick up the pieces? And if it is, which I hope so, it is a tankathon next season. What guarantee that we have that Mike Tomlin's going to be included in those plans? I'm not signing on a tank mission or signing up for a tank mission if I'm Mike Tomlin, knowing that I might be in limbo or my job security is in question.
And then y'all, the thing that's crazy to me, y'all tanking for Arch Manning, who I think Arch Manning can play, but y'all haven't even seen him play a full year of college as a starter. A. B, y'all don't even know if he's coming out. He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to come out. And his brother, his uncles both played 4 years. Well, Peyton played. Did Peyton play 4 years or 3 years? He played 3 years. They do need Arthur Smith is not it. Arthur Smith is not it for the Steelers. They do need a new OC. But I like I said, I don't know. I hope Tomlin and the GM are in lockstep, because this is the type of stuff that gets somebody fired. Because it looked like they're about to have a horrible season. Because Aaron Rodgers could pull some bull crap and just like retire. I think the Vikings done told them they done. The Vikings said, we're going with JJ. They done. They're not playing the Aaron Rodgers sweepstakes anymore. You got to do minicamp open today. And you don't even have your quarterback yet.
That's what lends credence to the whole tank thing. Because, like, all right, if you look at the 2026 draft class, right? Even if we're not just talking about Arch Manning, which I don't believe he's coming out next year. Like, reading some of the tea leaves and what's been left on social media, I don't believe he's coming out next year. I think he's going to put like a solid 2 years in the can before he decides to make that next step. So even without Arch Manning, we're still looking at what? Cade Klubnik, Garrett Nussmeier, Nico.
Yo. That's hold on. Let me say this. When did Cade Klubnik enter the chat as a top quarterback coming out? That came out recently. Cade Klubnik was not talked about. He was talked about even he was the right fit for Clemson last year. Now all of a sudden he a top quarterback. I'm like, yo, what are we talking about?
And then he went to the ACC. Then he went to the ACC championship game.
Huh?
Then he went to the ACC championship game.
Bruh, Cade Klubnik went from maybe Dabo to find a new quarterback to now all of a sudden like, Cade coming out. Cade Klubnik coming out. I'm like, yo, what are we talking about?
But Cade also threw for what? Over 3,600 yards, 36 touchdowns. I think he only had like 6 picks last year.
And the ACC is trash, but go ahead.
But you asking where did
I know, I'm saying, but like, start when you look at it, and then my dad's in here, he's seen it. They was not talking about Cade Klubnik being a top guy. It was Drew Allar, it was Nico, Archie, Lenoris. It was them guys. All of a sudden, right, the past couple of weeks, now all of a sudden it's like, Cade Klubnik coming out.
Yeah.
I said, they starting the Jackson Dart stuff early, huh?
Bro, we fitting a prototype at this point, bro. I mean, like, so just sticking with that conversation, right? So even whether it's Cade
Klubnik,
even if it's not Klubnik, I'm just throwing out names that's gonna be in the draft.
I'm just saying, I saw that. Yeah. I saw that.
Okay, but my point is, right, is that you got what they believe is a better selection going into 2026, right? Whether it's Allar, Nico, Klubnik, your boy Nussmeier out of LSU.
Another name that came out of nowhere.
I was going to jump on that same bandwagon, like, yo, Nussmeier's in the same, like, it's in the same stride with Cade Klubnik, because he wasn't that guy neither. He was never that guy.
Nah, never that guy.
But you look at who's potentially to come out next year, you like, all right, well, Pops, let me cook. What I'm saying is that if they like what they're getting out of, or if they like the potential of what's coming out in 2026, this better be a tankathon. That's the only way I'm gonna think you're a smart front office. That's the only way. Because if you just sat here with your own 2 eyes and watched what the hell went up there in New Jersey with the Jets, you're crazy. You're crazy. They handed Aaron. They got the curated team that Aaron Rodgers wanted for, whether it's Lazard, Devontae, all the weapons that he has, and it still didn't work.
It did not work.
It still didn't work.
Yeah.
So you better be tanking. And again, if I'm Mike Tomlin, I'm not signing on unless I'm secure for 2026, 2027. At all. At all.
It's bad, but yeah. I'm glad you brought up that list of quarterbacks for next year. Because before we get to our next topic, the names that's being pushed now for quarterbacks that's coming out. This quarterback class next year is deemed as can't miss products.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all crapped on this one so hard when this probably is the most accomplished quarterback class. You got jokers that won championships, broke records, Heisman's, not Heisman, awards and everything like that. And then you want to follow that up, and you're going to tell me that Drew Allar, Cade Klubnik, and Grant Nussmeier, or whatever his name is so much better than the quarterbacks that came out this year.
You want to start your argument, or you want to wait?
I gotta see, Drew Allar in the big games. I don't see it against good teams. I don't see it. Everybody be like,
but he's also 6'5", 240.
Exactly, and then a lot of jokers get fired for that. How tall was Daniel Jones? But anyway, how tall was Mitch Trubisky? But it is what it is, right? Because I seen Drew Allar play great against Purdue and Minnesota. Great games. But when you go against some real other talent, you saw that semifinal pick he threw. Who was he looking at? I don't know. Cade was literally being talked about down in South Carolina about getting benched. And now all of a sudden he's a top guy. Grant Nussmeier, you just had great receivers, bro. You didn't separate yourself like Jaden did. Like you saw what Joe could do. And Joe had great receivers.
I'm about to say, what makes it different from Joe?
Hey, you gonna really say that on this podcast right now? You gonna say that right now? You look at Grant Nussmeier and you look at Joe Burrow's season, and yes, he had Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, but you knew that Joe Burrow had way more skills. And he won a natty. And he won a natty too. And it wasn't even close. They kicked everybody's ass that year.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? He got busy with a Terrace Marshall. Don't forget him too. He was on the LSU team.
You know what I'm saying? How many games did the Grant and them win? They even win the SEC? No.
Bro, he was running the Killers when he was in the
Joe Burrow did too. He went to Alabama and beat Alabama.
So if he spin the block and beat Bama Nation, now what?
No, because Bama ain't the same Bama. This ain't Nick Saban.
Oh, okay. If he beat Texas A&M next year, then what?
He's not, though. If they got to go to College Station.
Oh, no.
They're not.
No.
You know if they got to go to College Station, they're not. But anyway, they're trash. they're not fixed. Now, if you give me Lenoris, DJ Lagway out of Florida, that's different. Now, I seen that talent.
What if Nico go over to UCLA? He start cooking.
That's not that now. I might not like how Nico handled the transfer portal. But I've been saying that Nico was the best quarterback. That if he comes out next year, going to be the best talent-wise quarterback in this draft.
And that's my point. And they're basing this off of traits.
No, don't put Nico and Cade Klubnik in the same sentence.
I'm being facetious with Cade Klubnik. But when I'm being dead serious about is that I'm being dead serious about that. I'm being dead. Now, so you think Drew Allar gonna make it out the top 10 being 6'5" and 240?
Nah, because there's other things that's gonna come with that, but I ain't gonna say it on this podcast.
Moving on. Moving on. But I'm being dead serious about like a Nico. That arm talent. That's evident. Lenore Sellers shows up big in big time games. If that is
talk about somebody that showed up every time it was time to show up.
Okay. And if your only competition to that in 2025 is a Cam Ward, once the first draft or once the number 1 overall pick went, what are we discussing?
But see, now they're gonna hype up this draft because they had it. pause. And I don't want to get no more Shador stuff, but they had to knock this draft down because they didn't like one person, right? Because I'm gonna say it. Like I talked to my dad about it. Shador not getting picked to the 5th round messed every other quarterback up because nobody else wanted to draft a quarterback before they drafted Shador. So they knocked these quarterbacks down. Like, oh, they not that good. They not that good. So now they gonna up these up. And you're gonna see a lot of quarterbacks get taken in the 1st round where you're gonna look at it and be like, but they're gonna hype up. The media train already started. When I saw them showing Cade Klubnik highlights, they say he's the number 3 ranked quarterback supposed to be coming out. I said, yeah, the fix is in.
Yes, sir.
Everybody tells us they know quarterbacks, right? I'm with Mel. The league don't know how to analyze quarterbacks. They don't. But I hope everybody that tank Archie say he's staying in Texas. And I think he is. He ain't got to hurt for no money. He's getting a ton of NIL money. He's a Manning. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to come out. Yeah. And like he had Texas. You know what I'm saying? He can play another year. Well, they still gonna be here. No so question. And then Lenoir ain't gotta come out. Nico ain't gotta come out. Cade, dude. Now what if you get stuck with Cade and Grant and Drew?
Why not? Why not?
They're gonna hype this quarterback up class no matter what.
Oh, right.
The fix is in. No matter what they do. No matter one of them gonna win the Heisman. Watch. They gotta do it because they crapped on this one so heavy that they have no choice but to hype up next year, no matter what Archie Manning does. I've never seen so many hype for a quarterback that ain't played the full season as a starter. I've never seen this before.
Also, I don't think the league can survive with just one quarterback going in the top 10.
Just saying.
There's got to be.
So basically, if you're telling me is that Arch Manning about to have a Cam Newton type year in 1 year. That's basically what y'all telling me. If he that good, like he gonna be that one season like Cam. That's the only joke I seen go number 1 off of one season.
Why not?
I mean, he could. It's Texas. He could do it. Not saying he can't, but I'm just saying, like, when you draft a dude off of 1 year, that 1 year better be great. Like Joe Burrow had that 1 year. That was great.
Okay.
Cam Newton had 1 year. That was great. Kate is getting hyped up. Has he even won an ACC championship?
Bro, they just got there last year.
Did he win, though?
He didn't win one, but he just got there last year.
Everybody else that was quarterback before him won. Trevor Lawrence won the national championship. Really, we talking national championship. He didn't even win a conference championship.
That's not the standard. Yeah, that's not the standard at Clemson. But
Sean won one. Trevor won one. He ain't even been to one. He ain't even go to the playoffs yet. And it wasn't even supposed to be. It was supposed to be my man DJ Ulalele supposed to be the quarterback.
Where you at now?
Yeah, undrafted.
Where you at? UFL? Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But the fix is in. They won the ACC last year? Clifton won the ACC last year? I thought SMU won the ACC last year.
SMU won that. I could be tripping. Yeah, Pops, get us right.
I know they got into the championship game because Syracuse beat Pitt. Oh, yeah, Clemson went to the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Got the ass kicked.
I don't remember if they won the ACC, though.
They did beat SMU. Oh, he did win a conference championship. Didn't they get their ass kicked by Arizona State, though? Or did they win their first game?
They lost to Texas.
Let's see. And Quinn Ewers didn't get drafted. I'm just saying.
You asked, did he even win the ACC championship? Thanks to Pops.
The boy is not good.
Thanks to Pops, we know he's a championship quarterback.
If Shador Sanders can't be a first-round quarterback, the damn show Cade Grant Andrew. But it is what it is.
Cade Klubnik. Say his name.
And the ACC was sorry too. ACC was trash though. He ain't even win a good ACC. Deshaun won the ACC when Lamar was there. That's all I'm gonna say. And Florida State was still good.
Yeah, he was getting massages back then too. You want to talk about it?
Like my dad said, he's still trash. he's still like it is what it is. All right, so moving on from college football, let's get into it. The Cinco de Mayo, big boxing weekend, whatever you want to call it. All right, you had boxing on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Championship fights, man. Where do you want to start? You want to start with Friday night? In the middle of Times Square, they put a boxing ring in the middle of Times Square. You had my man Rolly and Garcia fighting. You had for the WBA, junior welterweight. Junior welterweight, yeah. Everybody got a title now, so it's hard to remember. WBA Junior Welter Championship. Then you had my man Haney fight for his I don't know. He ain't got no belts. He got a belt?
Haney ain't got no belts.
Haney ain't got no belts. That makes sense. And then you had T.O. fighting too against what's that? Garcia? I don't know his name.
Who? That Haney fought?
No, T.O. fought.
Oh man, yeah, I don't remember, bro.
I don't know. But Kenny, I had to watch the highlights because I had some things going on. But Kenny, you watched it. Let the people know what it was, man. Break it down for us.
If you wanted a good way to waste your Friday night, this was the one to do it. this was the way to do it. I'm dead serious, man. I'll say this. Let me start with my positive notes because there's way too many more negative notes than positive. Positive notes. T.O. looks sharp.
Yeah.
I give him his just due. I can't remember his opponent's name right now because I'm trying to push this thing.
I got you. I'll look it up, brother.
I'm trying to push this night out of my memory because I actually saw better boxing as the weekend went on. But T.O. looked sharp. You know, picked his shots. You know, he was very much in the rhythm the whole fight. He looked like he was returning to form.
Arnold Barboza Jr.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah.
But I could say he does look sharp. Say what you want, and I would also add to the crowd as well. But say what you want about how you feel about him outside the ring. I'll be supportive of whatever you say because I'm not a big fan of his neither. But inside the ring, just based on pure merit and what he brought, you know, this last showing of his boxing prowess, it looked good. You know, I give him that much. He did look sharp in the ring. Ryan Garcia.
Now I'm gonna get in. I saw the highlights too. All right, so I shall watch the fights. I rewatched them. I shouldn't have. It was a waste of my Sunday when I rewatched them. But T.O., like you said, talent always been there. It's never been a doubt that T.O. Teofimo Lopez talent. Hey, Lopez, last name Lopez. Yeah, Teofimo Lopez talent. It was always there. When his head is on straight, like we said it multiple times on this podcast. He's probably pound for pound one of the best boxers in the world. Quick, athletic, can punch with some power, good defense. Probably when his head is on straight, what would you give him? Top 5? At least top 5 pound for pound. That's sure. If not round 3, depending on who you talk, top 3, depending on who you're talking to. And he did it again. He came in focused. Wasn't playing around, dominated the fight. Looked like old Teofimo. Like, it's just that inconsistency, like, of him. I don't know if the hunger is gone. He's bored. I don't know. Like, his dad is not in his ear. He kind of done broke away from his dad, so his dad has not really got that tight leash on him no more. But like Kenny said, this say what you want to say off the ring about him. I'll completely agree. Can't stand him. with the racist remarks he makes and the banana and monkey jokes and stuff like that. Don't like that. But far as boxing ring talent, he can sell a fight and he can box. When his head is on straight, he's one of the hardest outs in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's why that Kambosa loss looks so bad. Because after what happened to Kambosa, shout out to him, keep the fight Kambosa. You know what I'm saying?
I don't respect it.
It just T.O. wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? He is that guy when he's on. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying about that. I'm gonna jump into the next one. Haney versus what's old boy name? You got it?
I don't.
Hold on. Haney last fight. Jose Ramirez. Throw your hands, son. Throw your hands. We know that you're a boxer. This is what Devin Haney's problem is. This is like all the potential. This whole thing, night for people that watch boxing and we hear because we talk about boxing a lot. So I'm going to educate the people that's listening here on IDK Sports Podcast. Like, follow, share, subscribe. T.O. has all the potential there. We done seen it from T.O. Devin has so much potential. Great boxer, great defense, not as much power, but that's okay because he can score. But he doesn't have that dog that champions have. Like when I'm in a street fight, when like I'm really in a battle, like I can flip another switch. We done seen Floyd do it. Done seen Errol do it. Done seen Bud do it. Seen Sean Porter do it. Seen Zab do it. Seen every great champion that has the talent turn the next level. I seen Deontay do it when he was down in the fight and got in the dog fight, took some punches to hit somebody with a right, knocked him straight out. Then seen it. Seen Tyson do it. Seen Tyson get up off the mat. You know what I'm saying? Seen Javante get to it. Sometimes you gotta like Devin doesn't. When are you gonna bring that dog out, son? These are championship fighters now. Everybody talent is nice. Talent might be a little bit better, but where's that fire? Where's that dog at? And until that comes out, he's always going to be like, he's nice, but he got skills, but you know what I'm saying? And then you go on this whole talking raid and talking all tough and stuff. We don't see it in the ring. Throw your hands. He didn't throw hands in this fight at all. And he barely won. Like when you told me about it, I thought he won. I thought you were joking that he like didn't look that good. He looked horrible when I watched that fight. But you know, I'm done with my TED talk. What you think?
I would like to take one back. One note back.
I think your camera frozen, big dog.
Frozen? Oh, take it down.
Technical difficulties, but yeah, you know, Devin just gotta. I don't know. You want to see him get into a real dog fight. That's why nobody thinks that Javante is really the next real fighter for him. Let's see if he's back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I don't know if my camera's up. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Oh, I'm back.
All right. So while you're working that out, but yeah, that's why nobody like. And then Devin calls out Tank, but I don't know if Devin can really hang with Tank, you know, because like Tank gonna hit you, and then like everything with Tank is everybody has a plan to Tank hits him. Then once Tank hits him in the gut, get a good body shot or whatever, then it's then you got to see if you about that, if you really about being in a dog fight with Tank. So that's the main thing with Devin. Like, I got to see that dog come out of him. But go ahead, bro. We got you back.
Yeah. You hear me? You straight?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So I will take one note back about Haney that that kind of we fumbled on. He is a champion at 140 WBC. Oh, that is true. Yeah, you can't do them all dirty for real because he is a champion. But even in that, this last showing ain't it. He's not a showman, bro. He's not a must see. He's not a must-see. All the potential in the world, sure. He scores on the card, that's cool. But we're not paying top dollar to see you score on the card. It's the same with Shakur. We're not paying top dollar to see you showing the score on the card. Not when we actually got brawls like we saw later on this weekend. Not when we actually got other talent that we can market as knockout talent or knockout artists, excuse me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We want to see you get in wars, and we don't see you engage in wars. And again, memory is gonna be his biggest fight. Is his biggest opponent. Cause we don't not what we didn't see in the ring was that Osterin or that steroid sample that you keep boasting about or you keep talking about or you want to go to court about. That's not what we saw. What we did see you get dropped. We did see Ryan Garcia drop you, and then you double back. Your first time back in the ring since, and it's like all this time off. What did we learn? Are you still the top tier talent that we claim to be? Again, what you have to your name is nice, it's cute, undisputed, but even in that, bro, you're not a talent or you're not a star the way your resume says that you should be a star. Your resume says that you should be climbing that hill like Terrence Crawford is, because he's undisputed too. Your talent says that your name should be ringing, and you should be on the face of every corner in America. This is an American, this is our star from Cali. This is one of our stars in a day and age where boxing is moving elsewhere. Yeah. But we actually have an American star here that we all can't rally behind. Why?
I'm like I said,
every time we try to give you a chance to try to change our mind, bro, you convince us otherwise.
Yeah. So
now, in the case of like him and Tio, if you want to be a villain, be a villain. Play the villain art.
He's not built.
Because you're not a people's champ, so you might as well go, put all 10 toes into being a villain at this point.
Yeah, bro. I said, didn't impress. It's like the third fight in a row I haven't been impressed with. Haney's performance. Fight that I was shockingly surprised at was Rolly and Garcia.
Yes.
Friday night. I think Rolly, when I rewatched it, I think Rolly put it together this fight. He looked good. He looked strong. He looked focused. This is not the same Rolly that fought Tank. Not the same Rolly. Like, yeah, he can sell the fight still. Yeah, he's going to talk his mess. But he looked good in that ring. And Ryan Garcia, it might be it for your boy, bro. It might be it for him. Like, you racked up a lot of W's fighting lesser talent. But when you done fought championship talent, you done been put on the canvas. Like, I've been saying for a while now, I think Rolly's team brought him along too fast, had him fight Tank way too early in his career. But I did say I think Rolly has the makings to be a champion. I think Rolly has the makings to be the boogeyman of a division, like the person that like could be the gatekeeper, but you really don't want to see him. I really think that he showed that this fight. Like, hey, don't come to me thinking like I'm about to be a stepping stone because like I'm gonna drop you. Out of all the cats we just talked about, he probably got the most power out of all of them, right? Besides Tank, right? And he's athletic, and he got quick hands. I was impressed, bro. This is the role y'all been trying to see for the past 3 years, and I finally saw it.
Some things take time, bro, and I think that's the case with Rolly. Like he looked strong. Looked like he was, built for like 140. He can make a living there for as long as he want. For the next couple years. You know what I'm saying? He could really make some hay at 140 and really set his feet. A lot of times, like bro, like at least with this newer generation, is they just keep weight class hopping. If I'm not doing what, or if my progression ain't as fast as I like it, I'm gonna just go to the next one. That's why some of these cats, like whether it's Haney, Garcia, they're already talking about going to 47. It's like if I'm not making my stones fast enough, it's like I'm just jumping to the next weight class and then it's gonna turn over. Barrios, if it's not happening for me at 140, I'm just going to 147 and make it there.
He should have 147 anyway. Though.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, but even in that case, it's like, yeah, you're a champion now at 147, but what has happened? Like, how much do we care?
What Barrios like a unified champion at 140? Though he stayed and won 2 championships though before he left.
He only got 1 right now.
I know what I'm saying. Before he moved up though, like he was unified.
140?
Yeah, he was unified, I think, at 140 before he moved up.
Okay.
And then he fought Tank, and then he said, y'all want to make this weight no more. So I get Barrios did like 15 fights down there. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like no like Haney is just hopping. Now Haney and Garcia, I give you that. They just hopping. They just hopping up division. Because they running from Tank. That's the real thing. But Haney running from Tank. He want Tank to come up to 140.
But okay, just going back to like Barrios' case, even and then, like you took a loss at 140. You took a loss at 147.
He never fought Thurman. That was stupid.
Yeah, but again, in the case of like, I'm gonna circle this all back to Rolly here in a second.
I got it.
But in the same case with Rolly, it's like, bro, you looking to get settled somewhere where I think Rolly now is like, all right, Ben, I got it. You like, yo, I found my stride. I found a team. Matter of fact, he stayed with the same team that he had in the Tank fight.
Yeah.
Saying it's just about like sitting down for a second and be like, all right, bro, let me actually sharpen my craft and not just trying to like make excuses for myself. I'm just sharpen my craft. You know what I mean? So now you're coming off of 2 wins for Rolly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a high profile win at that. You got a knockdown on Ryan Garcia. Now, his trajectory is kind of trending the other way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he ain't who we thought he was. Or maybe
who they thought he was. Who they.
Exactly. But I'm going to tell you, and I also don't think it's a coincidence that Ryan Garcia gets knocked down every time in the second round. That's not a coincidence. Something that happens between round 1 and round 3, he's not here. Mm-mm. So, with that, going back to Rolly, it's like, all right, bro, just you can be a champion at 140. There's nothing in your way at that point. You know, even looking at 140 right now, T.O. there, but he's looking to jump. Gary Antoine Russell, he's still there. Puello, he might come back. It's like, bro, you can make a living there.
Could get Gary Antoine out of here. He shouldn't have.
Hey, you catch the right champion at the right time, bro.
He shouldn't have had that championship. Who gets a championship fight off of L? That's what I'm talking about.
But he caught old boy after he beat Pitbull.
I know, but still, Gary lost and got a championship fight. I ain't never seen that before.
Hey, man. Man, I think that was that a mandatory at that time? I don't want to get him.
Yeah, they mandatory them. I was like,
yes.
How is it a mandatory? He just took an L. Literally 3 months earlier.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead. I digress.
but all in all, damn good fight, damn good showing. I think he should stay right where he's at. Stay in this mode. Still 29 years old. You still can push to about 25, 25 fights. Now it's time to really get on that track. You know, start picking up the pace. Now that you can find your weight division, start picking up that pace. I can see him fighting before the year's up. You know, maybe go, maybe fight a qualifier to get another championship bout before the year's up. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to really put feet to the ground because you got some traction. You're coming off 2 dubs. You know what I'm saying? And a high-profile dub at that. So let's run.
Let's run. So we'll talk about Canelo and them on the main pod on Monday. We already at 55 minutes, so I don't want to. That's gonna be a more deep dive, and we'll talk about Latin bars. But before we get out of here, I don't want to make it too long. I definitely gotta talk about this. WNBA season about to kick off, baby. It's about the time for women basketball, man. About the time for women basketball, and it's not all good news for me. I got some gripes with the WNBA. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Him?
Now, I got some real gripes with the WNBA, right? First thing, WNBA. I don't understand why they have a WNBA draft. Why do y'all have one and y'all cut first round picks before the season even started? Does that make sense? To like, why would you draft somebody in the first round and then be like, oh, it's not a good fit for my team?
Well, where the hell they gonna go then? Well, where the hell they gonna go?
So, like, I get it. They on this whole, it is a hard team to make. Ain't that many teams? A hard roster to make. WNBA don't pay enough like this to be cutting jokers that got names. Hey, first thing, right? But this is why I say the WNBA is failing in this part. They got to get a commissioner or the commissioner that's there has to talk to these owners, and they got to make a rule where first round picks automatically make the team for at least a year.
Okay.
Because the names are coming to the league. Like, I'm not even going as far as what the NBA be doing, where they play the young players. They get drafted top. They play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even telling you to play them. But if you got a vet that's sitting on the bench playing like 10 minutes, averaging 3 points a game, 3 rebounds, and you draft somebody in the first round, that woman should make the team. Period. Because y'all got 3 rounds. They got 3 rounds. Or 3 rounds, I think. That woman should make the team. Off the rip. They got, like, you cannot draft somebody in the first round and cut them. Because you probably drafted somebody with a decent name, a good name, coming out of college. And then you're drafting them. They're coming and taking a picture with the commissioner, and you're cutting them. Like the Valkyrie cut their first pick, the 18th pick. Why? Why'd you draft her then?
That don't mean you throw away the whole draft.
Well, why? No, I'm not saying throw it. Like, why draft them in the first round? Like last year, first round picks were getting cut. Like, how do you cut somebody that you put draft capital and they had a whole day? It don't even look good or make sense.
Well, the draft class honestly ain't. I don't think the league is built out enough to manage a draft class of any size. Honestly, because of your point, it's because I have such tenured players still here on the roster that's going to play.
Sometimes you gotta let them go.
You know what I'm saying? So the league ain't built out enough to where it can handle any draft class, to where we're already cutting first round players. Talent or not, whether you're talented or not, is not built out enough because, hey, these youngins ain't about to kick me out of my job. I'm barely hanging on to my job anyway.
I get that. So that's why I said the commissioner and owners got to step in. They got to get some rule saying that all first round picks are protected for a year. If coaches ain't gonna do it,
I agree.
You don't think David Stern back in the day, when they was making the league, the NBA, what the NBA is today, didn't twist some arms and say, hey, this person needs to be. You think it's coincidence that Cleveland got the first big when LeBron was coming out? You think that's a coincidence?
Hey man, it's the lottery, bro. Anything can
happen. All right. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like more and more names are coming out. There's going to be a lot of like women that's coming out. That's going to have names. People are going to know. This is the time to make your money. And you cutting first round picks that got names to keep the vet that's sitting on the end of the bench is a good team player that makes like 4 points a game. Ain't it? That ain't it. I'm sorry. And I don't advocate for nobody losing their job, but like this is entertainment too. It's not just like it's entertainment, right?
Yeah. It is entertainment, but because of that point right there, there's no buffer period where I can develop this first rounder, second rounder, whoever the hell. There's no buffer period where I can keep her on my roster so I can.
You can't keep a first round rookie on the end of the bench like you keep a vet on the end of the bench.
But this vet knows what I need.
What the 4 minutes?
And the focus here is still winning the game my way. There hasn't been that
I'm
much
talking
energy.
about a vet that don't play, that sit there and be like shooting the three up when they make threes, like that, like, you know what I'm saying, turning up on the end of the bench. You can't shoot the rookie at the end of the bench.
That's cool in the NBA.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Oh, sorry, that was my Siri.
She don't get it, bro.
She don't get it, bro.
She confused just as much as we are. But there is no time where, like, hey, let's give the rook a shot because we have time to do that. No, we don't.
You got to.
We have this time window that we're discussing for the season is short.
So if you think the rookie can't play, why draft him in the first round?
Because we gotta draft somebody.
So that's like the NFL. You seen the NFL ever cut a first round pick? I've seen the NFL ever cut the first 3 round picks in the first year before the season starts. Not after the season. I'm talking about before the season even starts. Yeah. Have you ever seen the NFL cut a first 3 picks?
No.
Never seen the NBA do it. Never seen Major League Baseball do it. Never seen hockey do it. Never seen only the WNBA be drafting people in the first round and cutting them.
Well, I know at least for a couple of those leagues you just mentioned, there's some guaranteed money behind those names too. Is there any guaranteed money with those rookies that we're talking about?
I mean, you saw what Paige said. Paige contract supposed to be. They're like 75. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? So in the case that we're talking about those other leagues, why they don't cut rookies, I'm still paying them fools whether they're here or not, whether they develop or not. There's guaranteed money out the door.
So you telling me there's no space for the first round pick that you made to sit on on the 12 or 13 woman roster?
It should be, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know what I'm saying?
They got to. They got to fix that. They got to fix that. Because basically what's happening is, A, you're not playing, right? So some of the women are having big names come out of college, and then you don't never see them.
Yeah, they float to the abyss. We don't never hear from
them. Now, like, how is that? The league can be more sustainable, and the league maybe can get more notoriety. Because, like, this is what, like, I was talking to my dad about it. WNBA could get a niche market, right? Be that niche market sport, like how hockey is, NASCAR is, some other sports are soccer. They have real big. They have niche fan bases, but their fan bases are very passionate about it, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that watch basketball, right? A lot of people relate to basketball around the world, right?
Yeah.
If you can just get a section of that to be very passionate about WNBA basketball on top of the people that just like watching sports and like watching basketball, then you could be okay. Like hockey is fine. See, hockey playoffs, they don't care about the NBA playoffs going on. They have their playoffs going on right now.
The same time, yeah.
Same time, right? And they still getting good viewings and they still got passionate fan base. The WNBA got to find a way to make stars. They got to build stars. They're starting to. They got Asia. You got Sabrina, got Clayton, got Brianna. But you need them are mega stars. You got to start building the next level stars. Like you kind of got the Rika, Nafisia Collier. Like you see how the NBA got levels to their stars, right? You got Steph, LeBron. Then you go down and you got Jalen, Trae Young, them jokers. They got tiers of stars. But you see them on commercials. You see them on this. If they build the stars, they need some more teams. But they start building some stars off the people that already got names. The WNBA can be fine and start really making money themselves and don't need the NBA to subsidize them.
Yeah.
And then the women can start making more money because the ad money be rolling in. You know what I'm saying? It's already hard enough to get people to watch in the summer because people be outside in the summer. That's why it's hard for, anybody. Yeah. But baseball, baseball, so old people real big on baseball. But you don't miss this opportunity, WNBA. You got players getting drafted. This draft was watched. They said one of the higher ratings, right behind last year's draft. Of course, it was Caitlin Clark, but they said this draft had high ratings. People knew the names.
Yeah.
There's a lot of buzz about it, so that's all.
Is it? But even in that, bro, like I said, they have a very brief, like abbreviated window to really evaluate talent. You know what I'm saying? Like their preseason is short. You know what I'm saying? And trying to fit a preseason into that abbreviated window, and then to hope that draft pick is going to fit whatever strategic, game plan they got going into a season.
Yeah.
From a young woman that just left college or left a system that she's been in for 4 years. I'm excluding those that transfer. She already been in one set system for 4 years. Now you asking her to digest a new system and the strategy and game plan within a very brief window, and hoping that she know enough is up to the match physically, to where she can produce and to where she can qualify for being on that end of the bench player that we just discussed. Can she push out that 10-year player that's just sitting at the end of the bench, where that 10-year player already knows the system, knows the game plan, comes with a skill set that's beneficial to what that coach is looking to see in the WNBA? It's a lot, bro, and that's before we even get into like the salary cap constraints that's on the league already. We talked about the ad revenue. We talked about the limited team space. There is no developmental league for the WNBA. You know what I'm saying? It's already limited as is, as for where it stands now. So you're asking us to make a decision in this very brief window, which just can't happen. It's almost what's the word what I'm looking for? It's difficult to say the least. I'll keep it simple.
I get it, but I think you can find a way to keep the first pick of the draft. The other pick drafted, I get it. Second round, third round, undrafted, I get it. But the first pick, your first pick, it could be a way where you can say, hey, this person makes it. This is who we're going to invest in to develop. If it doesn't work out throughout the year, the next year, fine. But if you make a first pick, I think you got to find a way to keep that person on the team.
Hey man, like you said, bro, there's structural reform that could be had at every level of that league, from top to bottom. Structural reform, whether it's adding more leagues, how they look into bringing in dollars for the league as well. There's ways it can benefit everybody included, from the fans to the players. You know what I'm saying? So, because it is kind of like it is very much that we know a name for the past 4 or 5 years, and then we just never hear from them. But yet we can see, but yet this international player has been at the end of the bench for years. At the end of the bench for years, and we have no clue who she is. But I was really looking forward to seeing who Indiana just cut. It's like I was looking forward to seeing old girl in the league,
Breece Hall.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it.
Before we get out of here, I saw this list. ESPN dropped the top 25 WNBA players for 2025 before the season started. So, of course, they got Miss Wilson at number 1.
That's
easy, right? They got Nafisia Collier at number 2. Not mad at that. Minnesota Lynx, not mad at that. Stewie number 3. Get it. Yeah. They got Caitlin number 4.
All right, yeah, let's wrap this up. let's wrap this up.
So then, after Caitlin, they got Alyssa Thomas, John Quell Jones, Sabrina Nescu, Nakia Abumake, Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum. Like, I'm okay with if maybe you put Kalia Copper. Man, I can see if they put her in the top 10, maybe 11. But then the other people that's down here, I'm like, okay, I can see that they can say that she might be a little better. But at 4, over Alyssa Thomas, Miss Triple Double herself.
Yeah.
Over Sabrina, over Abumake.
Hey, that's where my girl Enrique at.
Enrique, they got her at 14.
Well, yeah, that's it. We done with this topic. I can move on.
It's crazy though. But shout out to the WNBA season coming up. I'm still going to be watching. I know I was talking junk. And shout out to my Chicago Sky. You know I'm bad. The jersey back on. We are back.
We back this year. We back. And they look good out there. You know what I'm saying? Haley, you know what I'm saying? Your girl Angel.
We back. Camilla looking like she ready to go this year. She healthy, ready to play, ready to ball. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Season kickoff, season start. Hold on. I want to make sure. I want to say their season starts this weekend. I want to say it's this weekend, but don't get me the line. But I'm pretty sure they start. Yeah, it starts next week, Friday, 16th. That's when it starts. The season starts next Friday. So, hey man, you ain't got nothing else to do.
No, it ain't if you ain't got nothing else to do.
That sounded bad. Watch the women, man. Support women, yo. WNBA, good basketball. It's good basketball. I'm not even gonna hold you. It's really good basketball. I enjoy it myself. I'm a league pass member. I'll be watching all.
There you go. Clean it up.
I'm a league pass member myself. I watch all the games. WNBA is a good season. I'm excited to see what Dallas do. I'm excited to see this new Indiana team, even though I know y'all be hyping the Taylor Clark. I'm very excited to see what that team looks like this year. Plus, I'm always gonna rock on my Sky with the Twin Towers of Camilla and Angel. You know what I'm saying? The Mystics. I'm excited to see what the young Mystics look like. Very excited. I love LA. So
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
I love LA. So we gonna get up out of here. Let's talk about it every what's the day? Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. You got me messed up now. But every Thursday, 9:30, my Bluetooth cut off and everything. I'm connected. So why is it not? Got to get it. Every Thursday, 9:30, right here on YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, comment. IDK Sports Podcast, your premier spot to talk sports with the average guys. My name is Anthony. This is my main man, Kenny.
It's happening.
You can always catch us on Monday, too, at 5 p.m. for our podcast episodes that drop every Monday, 5 p.m. on all podcast platforms. Man, until next time, we out of here, man.